Watch as I take my friend's Yamaha V-Star.
Come with me today as I take this
perform
Yamaha
some
V-Star and
much-needed
perform
maintenance on it.
a few
I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll go I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this.
Hey everybody, Gingerbeard Biker here. We're working on my buddy's V-Star. Unfortunately, a lot of the footage that I recorded had some audio issues, so it's unusable. So I am re-recording certain things so that basically my video makes sense. What we're going to be getting into is a few maintenance things, a few inspection things. Let's get into it. We're going to start on this brake flush first. It's real simple and easy if you've never done it before. On this model, this brake fluid reservoir that connects to the master cylinder down here. This is the actual master cylinder. Basically, all I'm going to be doing, pop the cap on the master cylinder reservoir, fill it up with brake fluid. Then I'm going to pump pressure with the lever. And then once I have pressure, I'll come back here and I'll crack open the bleeder bolt and essentially keep pressure on the lever, squirting out the old fluid. And I'll continue doing that until new fluid comes out, and that's pretty much how you do a brake flush. But we take that off, and one thing I like to do, because with a lot of these, it just leaves the reservoir to like just move about. On these cases, I like to just put the screw back in so that I have total control over the master cylinder or the reservoir, and so it stays in one spot, and I don't have to worry about hitting it and somehow dumping all the fluid out and causing a mess and causing air bubbles to get into the line. All right, so we're just gonna take that open. And oh, there's the diaphragm, which this happens a lot. Just push the diaphragm back into its original shape. Y'all can see that fluid is pretty brown. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's dark enough to tell me that it's time to change the fluid, because the fluid brand new is almost clear. It's got like a slight yellow tinge to it. I'm going to take the vacuum, go ahead and vacuum that out. All right. So I have that pretty much empty. So my next thing I'm going to do, I gotta get that caliper off so I can compress it. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. Good. Now for this caliper, let's see if I can. So with this caliper, all I'm going to do is bring these two plates and the tool closer together so that they'll fit in between the caliper and the other section, and then I'm just tightening down, and it's going to push brake fluid out by collapsing the caliper all the way down, and it should push it into the reservoir. Alright, I'm down as far as I can go, so now I'm going to take the tool out. Next thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to attempt to use this, and basically just take the top off and fill it up with brake fluid. Now rule of thumb when it comes to dot 4 and dot 3 is once you open the bottle, you have about a week or 2 weeks before it's no good because it absorbs moisture. So I'm going to set it like that, and I'm going to open the valve. I'm going to open the valve. There we go. Oh, okay, so that's... Alright, well that's broken. Alright, well I'm just going to pour it in there then. You see how it's clear as opposed to the brown? This is new brake fluid. Okay, that's how it's supposed to look. I'm going to go ahead and just pump the brake and get, there we go, get pressure to the rear caliper. So essentially what I did was all the fluid that I pushed out and vacuumed out, I just put back into the system, which pushed pressure on the caliper. Right now we got some good pressure, so I can tell that there's not really any air in the line. So this right now would have been fine, but we want to get out all that old fluid. So the next step, we're going to come over here to the bleeder, put the vacuum over the nipple, pump pressure, open the valve. What I did was I opened it and I pushed all the way down. That pushes out any bubbles, pushes out any fluid. And then all I'm going to do before I let go of the lever is close the valve again and make sure the valve is closed, because what happens is when you let go of the lever and start pumping again, it will suck back in if it's open. You don't want to suck air in, you want to push air out. And then after you lock that, all you do is go back over the lever, pump it up till you have pressure, hold it again, and then open the bleeder valve, push more out until you have nothing but new fluid coming out. And that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so that's all done. Little tip, if you're doing this, make sure that before you're done, you tighten the bleeder valve. Last thing I really have to do is fill it up to the proper level for the brake fluid, then put the cap back on, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing we're moving on to is we're going to cut off this. I don't think you can see it, but there's there right there, that nipple right there. I try to use proper PPE when doing stuff. So I always wear safety glasses. These are my favorite type because they're not as big and bulky, but the problem is they fog up so bad. If anyone has any recommendations for some really good safety glasses that do not fog up, please in the comments let me know. With the V-Star, there's going to be 2 Phillips heads back here that actually loosen up the control box. Handle for this is not like a Harley. Alright, so check this out. This whole piece just slides out because there's those teeth in there that actually hook around this piece where the cables are. The cables are in there just like Harley cables. It's just this piece is normally on the Harley grip. So that's one thing I like about this over the Harley one. So we got all that out. So this nipple right here, we're just going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to cut that off and then put everything back on. All right, so there we go. No nipple.
She ain't had no nipples!
That's done, so now I'm gonna put this all back together, put the grip back on.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna